Okay, understood. I believe
Predicting the market or predicting the short-term move in the market.
this is Narasimhan Rao. He's writing in from Hyderabad. He's asking whether you can provide a view, Rajesh, on Sona BLW. I believe this is Sona Comstar. He's bought at levels of 630.
Continue to hold. It's going to be one of the biggest EV play in times to come. Even the management in his latest quarterly numbers commentary has given an indication that they're going big on EV. So I think although the valuation might seem stretched at this point of time, but we should not forget that one of the 10 largest player in auto ancillary parts. Yes, it's a good buy. We have given a buy call to our clients also.
Okay. We've got another question coming in for you, Rajesh. This is on Godavari Power. We've got Sudha, who bought at levels of 400, but it's taken a bit of a beating, the stock, over the last few sessions. She's got a view for the long term, so she's asking whether she should hold on to this.
Yes, of course, one can put on it, but due to the news flow of this duty and all, it goes down further. One can even add to that the valuations are very cheap. The company is doing very well. They have good TMT and other manufacturing facilities in Raipur, Chhattisgarh, and the numbers have been very encouraging.
Rajesh, another question coming in your way. We've got Bharatvaj, who is writing in, and he's writing from Madurai. But he's asking about a company that is involved in the production of wheat flour. And he's looking at buying this company for the next 5 to 10 years. And he's also wondering whether the export ban on wheat will have any implications for such a company.
See, it's very difficult to say how long this export ban is going to continue. So taking a long-term call on just because of export ban is a difficult thing to say. Secondly, wheat cultivation as such has been deteriorated in our country due to heat in northern India. So these things are going to happen. In the short term, I agree that wheat demand is going to outnumber the supply. So wheat is going to be something to watch out for. But there are no good fundamentally sound companies in this space, I would say. So it's better to not to look into that and go for some FMCG names if you like. Maybe a Hindustan Lever or Britannia would be a better thing to go. Although I agree that they use wheat and their margins are going to be under pressure, but again, they would be more risk-free.
Okay, Rajesh, another one coming your way. This is on Rupa. I don't know if you've had a chance to look at the numbers, but there was an update in terms of the chief executive officer and the CFO resigning. And there were a few memes also on social media about it being an internal matter. But having said that, do you have a view on the fundamentals?
See, if I talk of pure fundamentals, if I leave aside whatever has happened yesterday night, this is a very good buy. You look at the numbers have been pretty good in the last 3-4 quarters. In the Corona period, the revenue has gone up like anything, not only for Rupa, but its peer group companies like Dollar or Lux. Every damn company has done very well and the prospects are very high. And when you look at valuations, trading at only 15-16 times its earnings. So on valuation parameter, we are very comfortable with the company. Not only this, but the other names which I said, Dollar and Lux also. But specifically for Rupa, I think anything, if it goes down further for these news, I think one can go ahead and buy with a medium to long-term horizon. The valuations are very good.
Okay, fair enough. It's under pressure today, down about 17% or thereabouts. We've got a question coming in on NTPC. Kunal, this one's for you. It's from Shrikant, and he's bought at levels of, I believe it's 470. Let's pull up the chart and see where it's trading right now. Because I'm not very certain if he means quantity or if he means, I think he means quantity. So what would you do on the charts right now?
Just a hold on NTPC. Now, the stock has had a would say a great 2022 start. The previous year as well, the stock has seen a steady rise of 20% approximately. This year so far, last 5-6 months, given the kind of markets scenario circumstance, we've seen NTPC doing pretty well for itself, up by almost 20%, 25% so far on a YTD basis as well. So the last 2 years put together cumulatively indicate that the stock price and the trends is changing for NTPC, and you should see the stock consistently outperforming. So I am sensing that if you've bought at lower levels for NTPC, it's a good time where you can look to hold or either look to average as well.
Okay, fair enough. We've got a question coming in from, let me pull up the name. We've got George Isaac, who's asking about TTK Prestige at the current level. Rajesh, on the basis of fundamentals, on the basis of operations, would you say that this is a counter that you can buy for the next 3 to 5 years?
Of course, yes. The company is doing very well. Small equity base. The numbers have been good. One can definitely continue for a longer term horizon. Even add to that in every call.
Okay. Any view, Rajesh, on Ather, the IPO? Would you suggest that someone can apply? This is coming in from Achal.
We are having a neutral rating on this. Rather, we have not recommended our clients to apply on that based on purely on the valuation of the companies, to the market conditions. Better to wait to take position after the listing.
Vishal Purswani wants to know about Divis Laboratories, given its current form on over the last couple of sessions. If you've got a long-term view, Kunal, is this a good opportunity to buy?
Well, I would be a bit circumspect because I would probably wait and watch for at least the next 1 to 2 months for Divis Labs, because such kind of a sharp selling which you've seen puts off a lot of traders and investors, and we've seen what's the reason for the stock prices falling as well. The lack of guidance, so that generally doesn't get corrected in just few days of price correction. It takes maybe weeks and months for the news and the investors to try and digest this kind of an outcome for a stock like Divis Lab. So I believe that it's prudent enough not to jump into the stock just because it's corrected 15% from its recent swing highs. Wait out for a point where the stock actually shows signs of turnaround. That could be a point, and the news flow also starts to get a bit more positive for Divis Lab. That's the best time to try and jump into the stock price.
Okay. Paytm currently trading at 642, up about 3.5% or so in trade. And we've got a viewer, Srivardhan, who's bought Paytm at levels of 618, wondering whether to hold or sell at this point. Rajesh, what's the view?
On Paytm, from the day of the listing, I have been very negative on the stock.
Paytm?
Yes, Paytm. I have been very negative since listing, and I still stand by my view that any upside should be taken as an opportunity to exit. As I said earlier, this is a very competitive market. The company has been reporting losses. The losses are going up, and I don't find any reason to believe that the losses are going to evaporate in the near future. So it's better to get out of these kind of companies. Why not buy in some mid-cap good names which have corrected 30-40% in this month's correction?
We've got one more question that I can take. I'm just going to see which one I can take. We've got Deepak from Gandhinagar, who's writing about Larsen and Toubro. Sorry. He says he's an LT investor. All right. He's got Symphony, which he's bought at levels of 1090. He's a long-term investor. He's wondering whether to hold, add or sell. Based on the technicals, Kunal, what's the view?
I would suggest a hold.
Okay, no, that wasn't rapid fire. Any other any other views that you can share? What levels can he add on?
No, so I think the last 2-3 years, the stock has shown a lot of resilience. I would say 1900 has been a major support point for Symphony. Even to the long-term charts, the fact that the stock is available at a good discount point, I think makes it very attractive. So that's why I'm suggesting that if you already have it or looking to buy, good levels where you can look to enter or hold.
Okay, fair enough. Thank you so much, Kunal, as well as Rajesh, for joining in and for answering all the questions that you did answer. To all of you who've not had your questions answered today, and if you've written in, request you to have a little bit of patience. Hopefully some of your questions were addressed in today's program. We'll take the rest tomorrow. Do stay tuned. We've got lots more coming up after this short break.
Well, that's always very easy. Predicting it right and making money, it's not impossible. It could be a challenge.